Okay, so V as in Victor.
Okay, if you see, V is update on districts planning to advance diversity inclusion for 21-22. Back in the fall of 2020, we passed a resolution here at the board, and really that resolution had two things. One is to have active and intentional conversation with our community about diversity and inclusion, and then also to take strategic action. So those combined with probably our third item that we've had a lot of conversations about is how do we have a workforce that matches the students in the community that we serve, really prompt us to go, what are we going to do, or how are we going to advance diversity and inclusion?
What'd you say? Say that again.
How do we have a workforce that matches the students in the community that we serve?
Matches. That means color.
Of this, I think if we're just adding an administrative position and it doesn't do, one of two things. First of all, I want, in this whole process where it talks about determining job description, completing the expectations of the job description, I would really want to make sure that there's people of color, people from marginalized groups that are centering their voices. I hope that we center their voices.
So I should sit this one out. And that's because I'm white?
You look at this administrative team, for example, all white. So centering the voices that would be impacted by this kind of decision.
So wait a second. So what you're saying is because of my color, I'm white, so my voice should not be centered?
We do have some inequities in who's performing well and who isn't. So maybe with an expectation down the line, that this leads to enhanced performance for marginalized groups or
Inequities and marginalized groups not performing as well. Are you saying that's because of color?
In my opinion, you show people what you care about by where you put money. And so this is one of those areas I personally am okay showing that we, would put money here. But
Do we not already spend money on all kids, no matter what race you are or color? Folks, this isn't confusing. That's racism. Those are clips from our board meeting, school board meeting, 6/8/21. I was in attendance and I listened to all of it. All those comments were regarding and discussing a new administrative position whose sole responsibility will be diversity, equity, and inclusion, aka CRT, aka critical theory, a Marxist, unredeemable, evil idea that is penetrating, yes, Stillwater Public Schools. Whether they like it or not, or realize it or not, what they're saying is racist. And it's up to us, the taxpayers, the parents, the bosses, we the people, patriots, to stand up against it. You gotta come to the school board meetings and you gotta tell them. There's no other way. I do not condone this, and I will be standing against it. Join me. Lord help us.